Good day everyone, I am Makamay Shanime from BAEL 1A and this is my video vlog about the elements of speech delivery. So this vlog will cover various aspects of public speaking, from rehearsal to delivery, as well as how to answer questions from the audience after presentation. You'll learn about important factors to consider when giving a speech, such as articulation, nonverbal communication, and how to use your unique vocal qualities to impart meaning. After watching, I'm pretty sure that you will learn about the following components of speech delivery. There are 4 types of speech delivery, and each one serves its purpose in delivering information effectively. So let's explore them now. First is the impromptu. This is a speech that has no advanced planning or practice. Think for a second about what you're going to say. Keep your points brief and to the point. Take a few seconds between ideas to compose yourself. Second is the extemporaneous speech. This speech involves the speaker's use of notes and some embellishment to deliver a speech. Third is the manuscript. In a manuscript speech, the speaker maintains his or her attention in the printed page except when using visual aids. Last is a memorized speech. Memorized speaking is the rote recitation of a written message committed to memory by the speaker. When it comes to speeches, memorization can be beneficial when the message must be precise and the speaker does not want to be constrained by notes. Using vocal qualities to convey meaning in public speaking. In public speaking, vocal qualities not only make the speech interesting but also engaging. When preparing for a speaker must consider more than just the content. Vocal abilities are equally important. When we speak, our voice takes on certain characteristics such as the volume. It refers to how loud or soft your voice is. The volume you select is heavily influenced by the venue, the number of people in your audience, and to some extent, the content. Second is the rate. This is how quickly or slowly we speak. A rapid rate of speech can be problematic. Your audience might not understand everything you say. A slow rate might indicate to your audience that you are unprepared or simply uninterested in your own speech. So it's best to speak slowly, take pauses, and be aware of your upcoming lines. So third is the pitch. It is the high and low frequency of your voice, but it is more psychological. What I mean is, depending on your point or your audience, you may use different pitches. Fourth is the fluency. It is the flow of your words and can have a profound impact on whether your audience follows you. Speeches should flow smoothly and have limited breaks. Next is the articulation. We are frequently judged based on how well we speak in general. How well we articulate is a measure of perceived intelligence or education. That is, how well and correctly we form our vowels and consonants using our lips, jaw, tongue, and palate to produce speech sounds. Next, this is the last one, the tone. It's not about what you say, but rather the way you say it, and the impression it makes in everyone in your audience who reads or hears you. Another component of speech delivery is considering pronunciation, articulation, and dialect in public speaking. In public speaking, vocal characteristics influence how effectively a speaker can communicate with the audience. Speech delivery is primarily determined by vocal characteristics. These are characteristics of a speaker's voice, such as how he pronounces his words, how he articulates, and even the dialect he uses. It may not appear to be a big deal, but how a message is delivered is just as important as the message itself. So, pronunciation matters. Pronunciation makes all the difference. This is how consonants and vowels are formed and even where syllables are accentuated. Articulation is an art. If pronunciation means putting the consonants and vowels together, then articulation is how well we put the vowels and consonants together and pass them through our lips and mouth. So the last one is distinguishing dialect. Any speaker should be aware of how an audience perceives accents, dialects, and regionalism. Make an extra effort to pay attention to the accent and phrasing of your speech if you speak in a way that the audience may find difficult to understand. The rule of nonverbal communication during speech delivery. The role of body language or non-verbal communication is just as important in delivering a message as the actual speech. Your personal appearance matters, so you must dress appropriately for the situation. Movement and gestures. Movement should be natural and relaxed, not forced. Hand and finger movement make public speeches more compelling and trustworthy, and they help the listener connect more effectively. The use of those gestures will highlight specific points of your speech and strengthen your public speaking message. Facial expressions. The best way to begin a speech is with a smile. It calms both you and the audience. Facial expressions like gestures can enhance what you say. It is acceptable to express sympathy for the subject of your speech. If you are unsure of how you appear when giving a speech, practice in front of the mirror or record yourself speaking. Last is the eye contact. Positively looking at the audience while you speak makes them more interested in your words as it establishes a personal connection with them. Another component of speech delivery is the speech rehearsal, its importance and process. Speech rehearsal is as important as writing the speech itself to make improvements and refine details. You can practice your public speaking skills to determine what works best. You can practice more difficult parts of your speech to ease the delivery. You can use the feedback from your mock audience to make improvements. Speech rehearsal is all about practice. As you rehearse your speech, think about a few things. Does my opening line fit into the speech? Am I making logical transitions? Are my pauses in the right place? Or do my visuals make sense? Is my conclusion strong? So how do you make sure you covered all of that? First, decide on your delivery method. The last component of delivering a speech, an element, is the Q&A preparation, answering the audience questions after a speech. So if ever you had your first speech, you might think you're done, but you're actually not. Because if someone raised their hand, they're not asking for permission to use the restroom. They've got a question for you. And all you can think about is, please let me know the answer. That is why it is critical to anticipate questions ahead of time. What this means is that you should consider what questions the audience might have after hearing your speech. Thus, formulating possible answers is just developing a set of answers to possible questions.
Got kick.